Let's get into game number one is Mad Lions and SPG Esports. We have already seen Mad Lions, so let's talk a little bit about the German side, or should I say the Swiss team, because the ESL Meisterschaft does also represent Austria and Switzerland.
Yeah, and I think SPG were placed as the second team in the ESL Meisterschaft. They lost to Euronics, who we didn't see have the best performances of yesterday. There have been questions raised about the strength of the UK scene specifically, but also the German scene. Both of these two regions did not perform excellently over the course of the last week or so. So there are questions being raised about the strength of these regions. SPG have got their work cut out for them if they want to bring back any kind of redemption here. I'm not saying they can't do it, but I think they are definitely the underdog piled upon a bench of underdogs.
An absolute trial by fire, if
Yeah.
you will. Totally. What
It's not
I'm
gonna be
interested
easy.
to see is what happens here in the specific matchups on the top side. That's what I'm interested to look at. We got Wardane here, who's stylistically very much. He likes to go head to head. He likes those mono fights. He likes to play a bit split pushy. And Werlib, we saw him yesterday on Jax, which I don't think we'll see him again on Jax today. But either way, that's the kind of style he likes to play. So that could be two Rams butting heads there. Interesting to see how that plays out. It's seen as a classic counterpick into that Trundle, but it could still be flex, that Trundle. It's not 100%.
Yeah. Look, we've seen Trundles go support in this tournament. We've seen Trundles go top lane in this tournament. So there is that opportunity to...
Triple flex opportunity.
Yeah.
All right, so we have a quick lock-in on the Xerath, actually. This is an interesting pickup for Noway.
I almost got baited. I thought they'd actually look the Heimerdinger in, which
What's the most ridiculous of these two?
That's interesting. That Xerath matchup into Azir, you're just trying to abuse the range that you have with your Arcana Pulse. I'm guessing to look to try and impact lanes with your ultimate across the map as well. Clear waves against the Azir. It just feels like you're trying to not get caught up into a bad matchup with the Azir specifically.
It's just a good one-on-one matchup there,
Yeah.
but it's very vulnerable to getting ganked as well. So
Yeah.
I think, yeah, I mean, you want to join the analysts and me on the, the Mad Lions hype train, and you want to turn it around, vote for SPG. I think the Swiss representative from the ESL Meisterschaft could look quite strong, or looking to upset effectively this Mad Lions roster.
As you see right there, a lot of damage gets thrown down as we do see Selfmade actually going for flash and stun. Wardane taking a lot of damage. He's going for the decimating smash, but Werlib's able to find first blood, but it gets turned around, and now we got Wardane auto-attacking onto Werlib, forces the flash out. The 1-for-1 trade top lane.
Because Selfmade made the flash forward play there, you could see Wardane knew he could turn it around, started up that decimating smash, knowing just after he dies he has the passive damage, and Sion passive early on just does so much.
While it may on paper look like Selfmade kind of just randomly flashed with nothing up, it now applies pressure. Now he has to always play very scared, or he could just play very far forward onto Nemesis. He's struggling to dodge out a lot of abilities, but he shuffles out. The ultimate's being thrown down. That's one shot, two shot, three shot goes wide, and Nemesis will make his way out. Did have to burn the heal though.
Yeah, the heal was necessary, just not only for the move speed buff, but if all three of those had landed, it would definitely have gone down. See Noway now playing a little further forward, knowing that the flash isn't available in the Skarner. Knows he has to sit there and just watch him clear the wave.
Yeah, there was no way he was going to be able to stop him doing that.
That was bad, dude.
That was really bad.
Yeah,
That was
there was
very,
no
very
effort
bad.
there. That's not even wordplay at that point. You just said his name in a sentence. So maybe just a little wary of trying to stick to it, but you could get the 4-man dive towards the bot lane here. They are setting up for it. Potentially spotted out by that ward. They are, but they're going to try and make it work anyway.
Doesn't matter, they're going straight in. Nemesis takes a binding to the face and a corrupting James to boot. SPG starting to turn around onto Mad Lions. There's a teleport coming through from Wardane as he's entered into the fight. It's a 1-for-1 already as we're seeing the decimating smash go wide. Nemesis trying to put a bit of damage in, and the great pillar comes out to block Falco out, but Werlib is in the middle of the fight. He charges in with a searing charge. Can't quite make it connect, but Nemesis auto-attacking away. Snipe comes through onto the back as Noway gets himself a kill. Werlib forced a flash, and it's a 2-for-2 trade. Werlib is also there, and he's going to be able to deter him from going forward for that. Nemesis actually taking quite a lot of poke, but as suppressions comes through, that's going to be the impale.
Oh!
Nemesis fails the flash, and Mad Lions can't quite find their pick.
Yeah, that one hurt. The macro move was right, but you can't just ignore that either. That was really unfortunate. Just getting, again, just very hypey for these plays to work.
Nemesis also didn't quite get the dash at as much distance as he probably could have there, but he's okay. Did have Selfmade with him.
I mean, I back in Click Tech for most of the way. Once we did see what they could come out with, they were really good in that aggressive style. But refocusing onto this game, we've also seen really good play from Mad Lions, who are going for the engage.
They're going to land the Call of the Forge God onto 2, but it looks like they're actually going to call off the engages. Nemesis taking a lot of poke coming through. Is going to take one shot from the ultimate. Has got that heal for the speed buff, and he's able to dodge out the last 3 to tail up.
And I mean, shout out to Noway. Every time what looks like a good engage from Mad Lions comes down, he's been there weaving his way through, getting those good stuns down on the priority targets, and getting himself away. Yeah, but I mean, it's also coming down somewhat to Nemesis misplaying those stream of shuffles. We've seen a lot of EQs that he thought were going to go much further, just slightly mistimed. Now you see it, maybe he's got another opportunity here. This time, Nurock's in position to respond, so they start backing off.
He's going to throw down the right of the Arcane onto Nemesis. He's managed to land 2 shots. That last one is so close. Gets out with 24 HP. Nemesis makes his way out. Not even close, bro. Calculated.
Yeah, and he'd forced the heal out before, so he thought he could make it work with the ultimate. And I mean, clearly calculated from Nemesis to know, oh, I can tank another one, I'm fine.
That was very, very close.
And they're happy to trade that because they now have control over the mid lane, control of the top lane, and they can potentially still take a fight here.
That's going to be the Impale that goes down as LaRock's forced to flash over the wall. Glacial Fissure doesn't quite connect, but the Call of the Forge God comes through. Everybody on the side of Mad Lions can't quite find the connection, but 5 members strong. They're turning their eyes towards this tower, and it is melting to the Mad Lions.
Yeah, but the wave is melting to Noway there. Again, pretty much saving his team with this Xerath pick. You could see why they went for it. It's really good when you want to set up these sieges. Noway just stands back and goes, nope, lightning.
His righteous glory there. Trying to find an opening onto SPG, but a great pillar will just deter him. And that's why people like to pick the Trundle into the Skarner, because the pillar just stops everything he wants to do. Well, not everything, but a lot of what he wants to do.
And in fairness, SPG, they've been denying a lot of engages, but here's one now.
Turning onto Quickstep to flash forward, and that will force Quickstep to flash out as he gets knocked up by the Searing Charge. A lot of damage. Here comes the Glacial Fissure, sorry, as Quickstep trying to get those Chains of Corruption out. LaRock's tanking away on the front line. That's going to be 2 kills for Mad Lions. They're turning onto N-Test as Noway is trying to find something, but it's a double kill onto the Zir, and Selfmade goes in with the Impale. The rest of Mad Lions turning around in a triple kill for Nemesis.
Yeah, and I mean, you had to have that Xerath wave clearing, so he couldn't build a QSS early on. It costs him now. Well, realistically, his team was going down there. It's Mad Lions going to be able to continue this push because they just took 4 members out for no one.
Trying to stop Whirlip, but he just can do nothing as he's got a Baron buff minion, a Banner of Command minion. He's got everything he needs, and only 1 inhibitor turret remains.
And potentially the engage here now.
That's going to be everything thrown out by Mad Lions. They're looking just to clean house and get themselves a kill. That's going to be a 1-for-1 trade as the turret goes down. Inhibitor still remains, but SPG trying to get the way out of there, trying to buy some time, and it looks like Mad Lions found all they need to turn towards this 3rd and final inhibitor.
Yeah, and they knew that it was going to funnel all of SPG towards that top side because it was the last inhib left up. Use that because they have that Ornament, they have the AoE, and now they should just be able to run in for the end.
That's the 2nd turret falling down. Nexus will be the focus here by Mad Lions. Going for a couple of glory kills. A lot of damage gets thrown onto Noway. He will get picked up, and Nemesis just focusing out the Nexus. Or as this game ends at 28 minutes, Mad Lions are able to take down SPG.
Yeah, and I mean, they came in as the favorites, and you could see why. Just their control of the map throughout that game. Even when SPG looked like they were making some of the right plays, they were playing safe enough, it was always Mad Lions who were winning out in terms of objectives.
Seems like they have to be able to pick the right target. Noway did manage to get a couple of return kills. We saw a few snipes there. I was a little bit surprised to see the Xerath, but it did work out well for them for the most part. So encouraging to see SPG picking up some unorthodox choices.
Yeah, well, Noway is apparently a German YouTuber who only plays Xerath most of the time. He's apparently called the German Aimbot. So it's he's.
We'll have to call him that.
I mean, look, he performed. Well, 2-1-1 was his score at the end of the day. I mean, he performed fine in a game where they pretty much got stomped. You know, in terms of macro play, they got out-rotated. The 1-3-1 tore them apart. He still had a good game on the Xerath, realistically, but
he's not too bad into Azir specifically because the weaknesses of Xerath aren't necessarily exploited into Azir.
Yeah.
He goes up against the 1v1, and we saw that. Noway, he likes playing that champion. He got it into a favourable matchup. In my opinion, he was their best player. He was SPG's best player. Sure. I don't want to say he kept them in it because there wasn't really anything to keep in, honestly. But German Aimbot's a good description for him. His I mean, to be fair, his ultimates, he was so close on one of those plays where 20 health on Nemesis there. Couldn't quite pick him up.
Not quite calculated enough,
Not quite calculated. Nemesis master mathematician on that one.